Some shadows of the sleepless realm. In the vast tapestry of medical curiosities, few threads weave a tale as unsettling or wondrous as those tied to slumber's disruptions. Other fields boast their own marvels and tragedies, yet the peculiarities of rest unveil a gallery of the bizarre. Daytime drowsing fits, limbs frozen in twilight, sleep-forged violence, dreams spilling into action, and whispers of otherworldly visitors. Most staggering, perhaps, is a rare sleeplessness that snuffs out life in mere months, a fate echoed in the grim toll of relentless wakefulness seen in animal trials. This exploration does not aim to catalog the full roster of over 100 known sleep afflictions, nor serve as a healer's handbook. Such guidance lies beyond these words, better sought from certified sleep specialists or resources like those offered by the Sleep Health Alliance. Instead, it shines a lantern on a select few: night wandering, ceaseless wakefulness, sudden slumber, and a deadly inherited unrest, viewed through the lens of discovery, revealing what these oddities whisper about the enigma of repose and reverie. Hot night wanderers, the unseen dance. The term night wandering captures a family of twilight quirks where motion stirs the stillness. Think pacing in shadows, muttering into the void, nibbling in darkness, tapping out messages, or, in rare whispers, enacting dire deeds. Common belief ties these to the vivid theater of dreams, a stage where slumber's visions spill into limbs. Yet, these stirrings rise not from dreamscapes, but from the fathomless depths of quiet rest, a phase devoid of reverie's flicker. Stir a wanderer mid-step, and the mind offers no tale, no script, no echo. The roots of these midnight ballets remain half-veiled, though flickers of insight suggest a sudden surge in the body's silent currents. During deep repose, jolts the mind upward, only to stall midway, like a lift caught between floors. Neither fully awake nor lost to sleep, a hybrid haze descends, guiding hands and feet through familiar steps. A shuffle to a drawer, a sip from an unseen cup, a murmur into the night. To unravel this mystery, sleep labs become sanctuaries of scrutiny. Sensors cloak the head and frame, tracing rest's phases, while a watchful lens above captures the dance. When wandering begins, the tale splits. The lens sees motion, rising, speaking, drifting. Yet the mind's waves hum a slow, deep lullaby, untouched by wakefulness's sharp rhythm. A paradox unfolds. The body roams while the spirit slumbers. Most often, these twilight treks are benign, threading through many lives, more so in youth, where deep rest flows richer, perhaps inviting more chances for stray steps. Why some outgrow this nocturnal waltz, while others don't, remains a puzzle, as does the youthful prevalence itself. Usually, no harm follows. Yet shadows lengthen in rare tales, like that of Jonas Teller in 1990. At 25, this gentle soul from Vancouver, a father to a newborn son, wrestled with sleepless nights born of job woes and debts. Known for his calm, a quiet titan, his sister called him, towering at 6'5", his life shifted one April eve. From a sofa's doze at 2 a.m., Teller rose, shoeless, and drove 12 miles to his parents' home. There, he wielded a kitchen blade, ending his mother's life and leaving his father gravely wounded. Returning to clarity at a precinct, hands bloodied from self-inflicted cuts, he stammered, "I've hurt someone. My hands." Fragments of terror lingered, his mother's pleading gaze, but intent eluded him. Experts deemed it a deep rest. Rampage, absolving him in 1991. Few such pleas succeed since. This somber saga isn't spun to alarm, but to illuminate. Sleep's quirks can ripple beyond the bed, tugging at law, lives, and learning. For most night wanderers, though, peace prevails. No need for cures unless peril or pain prompts action, where remedies wait. The endless vigil, wakefulness. Unyielding, for many, rest's promise has soured into a hollow jest, as poet Lila Wren once mourned. This ceaseless vigil, the most widespread sleep blight, haunts countless souls, though some claim its grip without true cause. Before peeling back its layers or pondering remedies later, first, what it isn't must be carved out, revealing what it is. Lack of rest isn't this vigil. Medicine sees that as having the power to drift off, yet snatching too few hours, able, if only time were granted. The endless vigil flips this, a faltering capacity to summon slumber despite ample chance, 7 to 9 hours stretched out, yet unclaimed. Sleep's yield stays thin, quality frayed. A sidestep reveals the mirage of unrest, where complaints of barren nights clash with proof. Sensors show solid rest, even fullness, belying the tale of wakeful woe. Treated as a mind's trick, this illusion finds solace in counsel, not dismissal. True vigil splits into strands, the wrestle to begin rest and the struggle to hold it. Comic sage Eli Vance quipped of his own, "I rest like a toddler, up every hour." These may dance alone or entwined, marked by rigid signs, discontent with rest's bounty, daily fog or fray, thrice-weekly battles lasting months, free of other ills that mimic it. Picture lying awake, stirring at midnight, rising too soon, unable to return, and trudging unrefreshed, a call to seek a sleep sage, not just any healer, for their craft often skims rest's depths. This isn't fleeting unrest, stress forged, gaps that fade. Chronic vigil gnaws week upon week. 1 in 10 passers-by bears its weight, over 35 million in the U.S. alone, women doubling men, minorities outpacing others, a thread tied to wider wellness woes. Looser counts hint 2/3 wrestle rest weekly, a silent scourge dwarfed by a $25 billion sleep aid trade, a desperate bid for peace. Genes weave part of this web, 25 to 40% passed down, yet most springs from life's brew. Worries churn, bodies hum, worlds glare, lights too bright, rooms too warm, stimulants like tea or smoke. These veil as vigil but lift when tamed. True causes lie deeper, an overstrung alert system. The body's ancient sentinel flares heartbeats, heats the core, and locks the mind ajar, thwarting rest's cool descent. Scans show good sleepers dim emotion and memory hubs swiftly. The vigilant stay lit, a laptop whirring despite a closed lid, loops of fret unyielding. Even fitful rest, shallow, broken, leaves them worn. A 24-hour curse. Pills, blunt hammers. On the cortex, falter here. Gentler paths, soon unveiled, promise truer balm. Sudden shadows. The unbidden fall life bends to twin poles, seeking joy, shunning pain, a compass steering all creatures young and old. Feeling fuels this, spurring triumphs, shielding from harm, weaving bonds. Strip it away, and existence flattens to a gray hum, a shadow life narcolepsy's captives know too well. Born in the brain's wiring, this thief strikes oft in youth. A mutant gene's whisper, not a family heirloom, though other spurs elude us. Beasts share its yoke. 3 marks define it: daytime drowsing, frozen waking, and emotions collapse. Daytime drowsing casts the widest net. Irresistible plunges into slumber amid work, meals, or wheels, a tide not to be mistaken for mere fatigue. 1 in 3,000 bears. This, rarer than many ills. It's the weariness of 4 sleepless days, not a casual yawn. Frozen waking chills next, a lock on voice and limb at dawn's edge, a dream's grip lingering past its curtain. Common enough, 1 in 5 taste it, yet it stalks these souls more fiercely. Tales of night visitors, dread-soaked and still, often root here, not in cosmic craft. Most striking is the emotions fall, where laughter or fright fells the frame, a puppet unstrung. A jest might floor them, a scare topple them mid-task. Joy's peak or fear's jolt triggers this, banishing vibrant living to a muted march, porridge without spice. Awake they remain, trapped in a dream's mute shell, a cruel jest on childhood's glee or love's dance. A faltering toggle in the brain's core, the wakekeeper falters here. Normally it pours vigor's elixir to rouse the day, sealing it at dusk. In these minds, elixir dwindles, sells and catches scarce, leaving the toggle adrift, flickering between realms. Day droops, night frays, remedies lag, wakelifters help faintly, mood dampers trim the fall, but no cure dawns, a slow quest academia bears alone. The lethal silence, rest's final thief, Evan Lyle became sleeplessness incarnate, its price, his breath. Once a vibrant teacher in Salem, Oregon, husband and coach, at 41 he met rest's end. First blamed on a partner's snores, 10 nights apart proved otherwise. Doctors floundered, naming unrelated foes, as Lyle's wake grew absolute. No pill could sway it. His gaze screamed for rest, lids yearning to seal, a hunger stark and raw. 2 months in, mind and muscle crumbled. By 6, bedbound, he mirrored age's worst ravages, hallucinations wild, words lost, gestures frail. At 43, after a year unyielding, Lyle faded, claimed by a rare lineage flaw, ceaseless fatal unrest, CFR. All its bearers perish within a year, a riddle stark and swift. A rogue shard, prism, twists this fate, gnawing the brain's gatekeeper, the portal-shutting wakefulness. Post-death, it's a ruin, riddled like honeycomb, doors jammed open, signals to hush the body stall, rest denied. Trials hint at a slowing balm, but no salvation shines. Ethics loom. Would knowledge of this doom shift life's plans? No answer eases its sting. Animal trials cement the lesson. 16 days sans rest slays rats, rivaling starvation's pace. Dreamless spans kill slower, yet still sure. Weight fled, warmth failed, sores bloomed, sepsis from within, not without, struck. The blow. Sleep's absence is no mere gap. It's a shatter across life's frame. Rest's true measure, a study of primal tribes, unmarred by modernity's hum, tracked wrist shadows, finding 6 to 7.5 hours of rest. Headlines crowed, no need for 8, yet their chants spanned 8.5 hours, matching wise counsel. Modern brevity, 5 to 6 hours, yields less. Their 58-year span, infection rife, aligns with scant sleep's toll, not proof of its plenty. Hunger's pinch, not choice, trims their repose, need unmet. Death's curve bends past 9 hours, tied. To sickness sleep fights, not breeds. Excess, like gorged air or flood, tips the scale. 8 strikes the chord of life's duet with wake.